ironically enough, I was talking to somebody about the exam, and that was a question on the lecture, right? So the question was about a deep muscle. Which is the deepest muscle? Well, we talked about the 3 layers. So here, the most superficial muscle, which is not the deepest muscle, is going to be the external oblique. Now, on these muscles, of which this is a mini man model, we're going to see our mini man model or mini lady model. Here, there's no separation of the muscle at this point. We're in the most external view of this, so you can only see the external oblique. Now, yes, it is true. If you kind of squint a little bit, you can see the rectus abdominis underneath this kind of this aponeurosal layer, right? But really, what you can see in this most superficial layer is the external oblique here. You can't see that there. And this is consistent with the models. In other words, this is the right side of the model. That's anatomical position. This is the left side of the model, right? Anatomically speaking. Here, we have removed a whole layer, which is this, in order to get to that second layer or that next deep layer, which you can see the rectus abdominis. The rectus abdominis are going to be the vertical fiber orientation. Okay, and it's really straightforward. It looks like I've got 4 different areas here, right? That's the rectus abdominis. We're going to ask it in this layer where we've kind of peeled back. And so with that layer of the rectus abdominis, what we have in that secondary layer going deeper into this muscle grouping is going to be the internal oblique. So what can I see people doing? I can see people calling this the external oblique, which is wrong. And I can see people calling this the internal oblique, which is wrong. Again, am I trying to say something bad against you? I am not. We all make mistakes, but let's recognize the areas where we can make these possible mistakes and kind of think about them now. That way, we're acclimating ourselves to these things that are different and saying, oh, I remember Miss Nikolic saying this. There's 3 layers. But guess what? We don't have on the mini model. We don't have a 3rd layer. So even though on this list on page 101, which you should have out, it says on the mini model, it says here, finding the stomach muscles, external oblique, rectus abdominis, internal oblique, and then, it doesn't say it. Yeah, good. It doesn't say transversus abdominis. Good. Because you can't see it. We don't have a 3rd layer in this mini model. You only have 2, the external oblique, the peeling back to that second deeper layer, we've got the rectus abdominis, and then we've got the internal oblique. So guys, watch this. Watch. It's not that you're bad. It's not that you're wrong. It's not that there's something wrong. All I'm doing when I highlight these things is to let you know that we're all human and it's a test and it can be stressful. Watch the pitfalls, right? The pitfalls are this layer is external oblique. This layer is internal oblique. I'll wait till you finish that. And then this layer here, transverse is listed toward the bottom. Oh, is it listed toward the bottom? Where? Oh, it is. It's not on here. So I don't know what they're going to do. It's just not physically on here. So again, if something, I check them before I go on. I check the test before. Usually, I have forgotten, but I usually check the test. And if there's something janky, I'll tell them. Now, if something happens and I miss it, then I'm not gonna take the points off because it's not on here, right? Like you literally cannot see the transverse abdominis because it's the 3rd layer. Maybe ask the deepest layer. So they would have to remember. All they're going to do on the lab midterm is put an arrow, right? All they're going to do is this. They're going to put an arrow here, and they're going to say, what muscle is this? That's it. Now, they can follow up. Remember, guys, a follow-up question is the blue box at the bottom, 101. They could put an arrow and say, what function is this? Please, everybody, stop what you're doing. Look at the PowerPoint and listen to me. Please read the questions very carefully. Again, this is not an indictment. I'm not trying to put you down. It's just what happens in a test is that we think too fast. So watch what the question is saying. I don't want you to tell me this muscle is the rectus abdominis if I'm asking you for the function. Right, guys? So give yourself a second because sometimes these points can be lost carelessly, which is completely, normal. But I want you guys to avoid the pitfalls, right? Every pitfall you avoid, i.e. telling me this is the rectus abdominis when I'm asking for the function, right? Every pitfall you avoid means that's a point you don't lose. So it's knowing the material, and it's just remembering these little pieces of advice that I'm telling you. Okay, guys? So on the test, as you can see here, you can see that there are only 2 layers that we have available to us visually, right? It's the outer layer, which here is the rectus external oblique, and then it's this inner layer, which is all this, which we remove that outer layer, so you can't see the external oblique. In other words, I can't see the external oblique simultaneously with the internal oblique on the same side unless I make something that looks like a flap, right? Unless I make the flap of the external oblique, which we can do it in a cat. So here, what I have is this one is going to be the rectus abdominis, and this is the internal oblique. And again, it's just so easy to make the mistake that, oh, this is the external oblique, this is the internal oblique. Outer layer, external oblique. Now, one way to see for sure is, again, that clear vision of the rectus abdominis, right? There's no white aponeurosal covering or aponeurosis. Okay, guys? So just as an FYI. And again, here you cannot see the transverse abdominis. It's just not here. What it would look like is I have to remove this layer. We'd have to remove this layer so that we can see this transverse model. And if I think, and here's a picture. You see that image, guys? Lowest layer here. I've got 1 layer. I've got 2 layers, of which I see here 2 layers. Oh, lie. 1, 2, 2, 3 layers. Yeah, and so it's just hard to make that 3rd layer in the mini muscle, and so it's not going to be there. If it is there, well, I mean, it's not there, so it's just a free point. So remember, guys, I grade this. If something is not there, then you're not going to be penalized for it. All right, awesome. So we kind of get it. It's not crazy difficult, but watch the pitfalls. Now, of course, you got to know the muscles first, right? The pitfalls come in that it's just the natural thing when we're looking at this, and we make mistakes. But if you don't know the models to begin with, that's just kind of a moot point. Okay? All right, that makes sense, guys? Awesome. Okay, now show me where the internal oblique is. Awesome. Looks good. Very good. Awesome. Good job. All right, now show me where I think I went over this last time. Show me where the serratus anterior is, because you can see it on this guy. It's so pretty. Look at that. Yeah, right between the latissimus dorsi, that big muscle underneath the at the armpit there, that's the latissimus dorsi. And then guys, tell me where the pectoralis major is. This one's pretty easy. There you go. So pretty. Now, I don't think we'd ask it here, but where is the sternocleidomastoid? Because, hey, you can see it. That's it. So pretty. Really nice, chunky neck model. That's right. I would say stick to more on the left side because you really have an image here. I don't think we do it on the right side. That looks a little bit janky. All right. Awesome. Good job. All right. So that's basically, let's just do one more. I don't know. Okay. Rectus abdominis. I mean, I don't know. That's it. Now, there is the linea alba, which I might not have gone over on Tuesday, but literally, guys, the linea alba is just the white line in the middle. Boom. That's it. Not to the side. No. Just right in the middle. It's just that strip. Exactly. Whoever's got the orange out, that's it. Boom. So it's not going to be confusing. But remember, guys, we can ask about the function, the origin, insertion, and of course, end function of the muscles that have the 1 star or 3 stars. So make sure that you're reviewing that right now. Now, we already took, we already took exam 3, so those muscles were already on exam 3, but this is still going to benefit you for the final, right? For the final in lecture, right? Because that's cumulative. So make sure that you stay on top of this. All right, awesome. Let's go. Now, where's the deltoid muscle? Let's do just a little bit of review since that's it. Now, we don't ask for anterior, posterior, right? We don't ask for superior. We just want deltoid. Awesome. Now, where is in this model, you can see the biceps brachii on both arms. That's it. That's it. Careful. Don't go too much further. That's it. Just there. And yes, on right and left, you can see that. Great. Now, on this model, on the left side of the model, his left, not yours, guys. We're talking about anatomical position. You can see the brachialis here. because we got this thing going on here. Almost. Let me see. No, guys. Okay, this is a good model. I don't think they do it. I don't think they would do it. But watch. First of all, you cannot see. You cannot. You can see the brachialis. You can see the brachialis here, but you can really see it here. That blue line, whoever did that blue line, that's it. You see that? Now careful, because that is the back. That's the lateral triceps. So it's just the blue line, guys. Let me show you. The brachialis is here. That's it, right? That's it. Remember, you can see the brachialis in the front, right? You can. Now here, it's more like this. We really have a back view here. But in the front, you got a peekaboo brachialis, right? So technically, I wouldn't ask for much more here. But if you're going to go here, guys, the top, which I don't think we would ask, this is the pronator teres. Guys, this one right here, the brachioradialis, right? We're getting in that antebrachium, the forearm here. And that's in this one up here, that's the anterior view. This one down there, that's the kind of more lateral to posterior view. Okay, guys? So again, orientation. I don't think we're going to go straight up janky on you, right? You all know what that means. But you got to watch that orientation, right? Okay. Awesome. Let's go. Okay. Now, I think we did this. Yeah, right. Come on now. Now, but what I want you guys to see, right, which makes me happy because we get to focus on this and you get to see this, is that orientation is going to really matter, right? So you got to really be clear about that arm in terms of, am I anterior and how am I anterior, right? You got a nice biceps brachii that you see in the anterior. Remember, high five, right? High five gives me the anterior. That's flexion. That's flexion. That's flexion, right? So, and then I've got a little peekaboo brachialis, which is just down underneath the biceps brachii. And then I've got, what do I have? I've got the long head of the triceps brachii. Lateral head, you really see it in the back, right? Long head in the front. Then I got a little medial head right by that elbow in the front. Right, guys? Remember, that's why in class, dig into it. Dig. So we went over all of this in detail, right? We spent time. That's why you got to come to class, pay attention, get involved, and then knock it out because it's still there, right? After class, it's like, it's got a cognitive hook in there. But the longer you put that off, the more the information recedes and you lose it. So come to class, which obviously you're here, if you're chatting in the chat box or you're here, and get involved because then you're making the connections. Then right away, get into the compare and contrast because then you make that, you get that and you put it in a memory. The longer you go from class, if you're engaged, to remembering this, you lose the benefit that you have in class. Okay? So again, and if you're waiting to do it on your own, I mean, hey, listen, more power to you, but listen, why waste time having to figure all this out? You're given the information in class. Right, guys? So that's my pro tip, number 55 for today. All right, because again, I hope you do know that we want you to be successful like we do, but there's no ignoring what's there and what has to be done. All right, so we already talked about this. Snarky. All right, so in the back, very quickly, tell me where the trapezius is. It's labeled here anyway. It's that really beautiful diamond all the way up. I know. Good. All right, latissimus, yeah. Well, so since somebody's there, why don't you guys show me that infraspinatus muscle? Somebody's on the infraspinatus. Go over, guys. We're back to the scapula. Infraspinatus. Oh, don't go too far. Yeah, right there. Number 2, where it says number 2. Yep, number 2 is the infraspinatus, right? So I'm going back a little bit. That's true. And then in that image, where is the teres major? Yeah, somebody got it right there with the black. Yeah, careful with that blue because we don't want to go too far. Now somebody's giving me the infraspinatus on the left. So remember, the teres major is going to be down. It's going to be down. Oh, not that far down, guys. All right, so let me show you. Teres major is here. and here. Teres minor is between the infraspinatus and the teres major. So teres minor there, teres minor. Let me make sure if I can see it. Teres minor is janky here. Do you guys see this? It's barely visible. Wait, hold on. Yeah, whoever did that, exactly. I'm going to take my pointer here. Right there. Yeah, it's like it's super small on this side. Why? That deltoid muscle's covering it. It's so massive. All right, awesome. Good job. Now, latissimus dorsi. Yeah, beautiful muscle. Massive muscle. It goes all the way around like a wing. Guys, look at this. Here. Look at that bad boy. That's latissimus dorsi from the front. Crazy. Crazy. It's so big. All right, awesome. That's it. That's it. Let's keep going. Gluteus maximus. Guys, don't... You guys are just straight up mocking me now. We've just like dropped all pretense. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, listen. I would rather be mocked for my silly instruction than like to be accused of not instructing at all. All right. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm okay with she was a little weird and kind of strange. All right. Now somebody is outlining the gluteus maximus, which is perfect because in the models you have to be careful, right? On the right cheek here, literally, because now that we're in the posterior the posterior aspect, the right cheek over here, yes, is entirely the gluteus maximus because look at you people doing my work for me. Thank you. So yes, that green on the left is the gluteus medius. Now, ding, 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 be careful, right? Someone's going to tell me it's the gluteus maximus. Somebody's going to tell me the gluteus maximus is the gluteus medius. Don't lose points like that, right, guys? Be careful in how there's a layer. There's a superficial layer, gluteus maximus, and there's a deeper layer, gluteus medius. Now, guys, does anybody see anywhere in this book a gluteus minimus? Yes, there is a gluteus minimus. Shocking no one. However, do you see it in this book? Mini-Man model? No. Do we see it in anywhere? There is no requirement of a gluteus minimus. You can't see it in any of these images, and we don't want you to know it. So don't just focus on the list. Get the list knocked out in the order that they're presented. Okay? Just do it that way. All right, awesome. Now, here's the lady. So here, notice that the lady, you cannot see the gluteus minimus. So we can't really ask for where that is because you can't see it. So where is the gluteus maximus? Because that's really all we can see. Just all we see is that superficial, right? That's right, right and left. Good. And here, she's just so great. Where is the teres major since we have her? Look at this. She's a great model. Careful, not too far. We're going too far for teres major. Down, 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 down. Everybody, down, down, down. That's it. Okay. Yes, green person on the left. Perfect. Now, leave that there. And I'm gonna, where is the teres minor? Now, somebody gave me the teres minor on the right. On the left, yes. Go to teres minor. Remember, teres minor is between the infraspinatus, which has all of these almost multiple looking muscles, and then the teres major. That teres minor is in between them. Good, good, good. Awesome. The black is correct, and the green is correct on the left. Good. All right. Now, here on the back of the arm with the lady looking all sassy, where is the lateral head of the triceps brachii? Now, this is lateral. Yes. That's going to be, wait, am I right? Hold on. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. I feel like I'm right. Hold on. Am I right? Yeah, because there's no way that that's the brachialis. Because that brachialis is not going to go to the elbow. And you can see that muscle's heading for the elbow. Yeah, I'm right. All right. Yes, on the left also. So that's why I'm wondering if I'm right on the right. Am I right? Hold on. This is absolutely the lateral head of the latissimus, of the triceps brachii. This is absolutely the lateral head, the long head of the latissimus brachii. The latissimus. What the heck am I saying? Hold on. Stop me. Okay. Hold on, guys. I've lost my mind. Okay. Lateral head of the triceps brachii, yes. Long head of the latissimus of the triceps brachii, yes. Medial head, peekaboo. Medial head of the triceps brachii, yes. Now, oh, this can't be the brachialis. It's too big. That's my only concern on this left side. That is how we look when we are taking it. That's so bad. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Literally, you guys said that, and my power went out. Like, right when you guys said that, my power went out. Oh, did it? Okay, so you live in my neighborhood. Okay. So, and then I realized I do a lot of teaching online. So I'm on my iPhone now. So I quickly went on my iPhone and came back on. So my router is rerouting. But that was hilarious. So right when you guys said that, my power like went out. So weird. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to you on this arm. No, I know what it is. Wait. I know what it is. Okay, sorry guys. All right, I know what it is. It's not the brachialis. It's the long head. It's the long head, not the lateral head. It's the long head. And the lateral head has the little white part here. That's the lateral head. Yes. Yeah. Whew. See? Yeah. You should have said it. You so would have rocked. But now we just don't know if it's true. Now we just have to take your. You got. You know, everybody says I was just about to say. I did. Sorry. You know, I think it's this class. It's something about Friday afternoon. All right, guys. No, but that's what it is. Awesome. Okay, I'm happy about that. Now, how do we know? We know that it couldn't, based on the model, right? We know that this couldn't be the lateral head because it's silly, but it's got a lot of this kind of connective tissue covering, right? It's basically because we have the weekend mentality. Oh, is that it? Okay. I don't have a weekend mentality. But then again, I'm super boring. I'm just like, I just show up. But I'm prepared. All right, guys, good. So this is a good question. You know what? Listen, I'm telling you, this would be a GTC question. So people have been coming and asking me about their tests and whatnot in the various classes. And for lecture, I've been telling some people, oh, this is a GTC question. Not that we're trying to screw you. We're not trying to do that. But it's, y'all know I don't make the test, right? So not that we're trying to screw you, but it would be a really good question to see, do you know your orientation? Burn this picture. Sorry, guys, I can't hack Blackboard. All right, but why is it a good question? This one is, I think, straightforward. It's got a very nice posterior view, right? Here you've got a clear view of the elbow, right? You've got a clear segmentation here between the lateral head, which you see mostly on the back of the arm, right? On the triceps brachii, you mostly see the lateral. And then you've got the long head here, which is less on the back. Remember that, guys. The back, like this, posterior, you have less visual, you can see less of the long head. You see more of the long head on the front, right? Because it goes under the arm. And then here, that a little bit of that medial, always by the elbow, that medial head of the triceps brachii. Now, why do I keep hammering this in? Because you're going to get a question with it. I mean, you just will. And we say here triceps brachii, and you've got to tell me long head, lateral head, or medial head, because there are three of them. If you just tell me triceps brachii, I will divide that by 3. Why? Because there's 3 heads, and we expect you to know those. All right. With that being said, this is going to be the biceps brachii, right? That one, it's very unlikely that that's the brachialis. It's never that big. And then we've got here the lateral head of the triceps brachii, again, because that's going to be more to the side. And then here we've got a peekaboo long head. All right, that's it. All right, I'll do both sides. Okay, nice, clear, very posterior. We're not turned at all here. So this one's going to be the lateral head of the triceps brachii. Long head of the triceps brachii. Medial head of the triceps brachii. This is a very clearly straight on posterior. It's not turned at all, right? Obviously this one, I don't think they would put that, but they might. Once you get this turning, like she's all kind of sassy with her arm, so that really janks everything up, right? Because you've got a little bit of the side, a little bit of the front, and that's kind of difficult. So this one would be a really good question for the, I'll be honest, that's a good triceps, the triceps brachii question. I don't know that we would give you this. I can't say we won't. So with that being said, what you see predominantly here is going to be the long head of the triceps brachii, right? Because it can't be the brachialis. It goes down to the non-existent elbow right here, right? The brachialis does not go that far to it doesn't go to the elbow. It wouldn't. It's, it's beside, it's not all the way to the back, right? It's deep. The brachialis is deep to the biceps brachii. So we see a little bit in the front of the brachialis and more of it in the back. Okay, so on this side, what you're going to see is in this side, because we're looking at the elbow is going to be kind of here. You can't really see it. Well, it's closer in, but that's the elbow. So this here is going to be the long head of the triceps brachii, right? It's actually this, right? If we were to turn the other arm out. So the yellow are the same muscle, okay, in this picture. And then the white are the same muscle, right? So if we made the left hand sassy like we made the right hand, that's what you would see. You would see more of the lateral head because it's kind of flipping a little bit more to the front, right? So on the left, the white part is the lateral head of the triceps brachii. On the right, the white is the lateral head of the triceps brachii. On the left, the yellow is the long head of the triceps brachii. On the right, the yellow also is the long head of the triceps brachii. Can we see the medial head on the right? No, not in this image. Not that I can see on this image. On the left, it's very, very clear because you can actually see how that's broken apart. So it's more, can you see it here? Let me see if you can actually. Let me look at it a little bit harder. No, if I got to stare at it this long, we can't see it. I mean, I just think because the elbow is turned, it's closer to where we can't see. Like, I think it's closer off the picture, right? Because notice that the elbow's right here, and that's the medial head. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but because we cut off I mean, maybe we can see a little bit. I can't see it. I'm be honest, I can't see it. Because here is where we are. Here is where we are on this side with the elbow. The elbow, you can't even see it. Yeah. So again, less likely you're going to see something like that for the triceps brachii. This one's a great picture for the triceps brachii. You can see all of them. Lateral head, long head, medial head, really, really clearly. Okay? So, that's your thing. I just wanted to do this because it's good to kind of do that. Awesome. Let's go, go, go. Okay. So here's your man. Yes, question.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. I think somebody had a question. Jennifer had a question about the verbiage being used.
Okay. Oh, Jennifer. So correct answer would be lateral head of the tricep. Oh, yeah. So how you say, I do want you to say triceps brachii for sure. Just, you can say lateral, long, medial head. It doesn't matter. You can say lateral, triceps brachii, head, anything like that's fine. But I do want you to say triceps brachii. That's definitely important. And because we asked for these heads, just tell me whether it's long, lateral, or medial head. You can say it long head of the triceps brachii, triceps brachii, long head. That doesn't really matter. Make sense? Thank you for bringing that back up. Okay, just give me triceps brachii, give me long, lateral, or medial head. All right, awesome, good job. All right, guys, very quickly, we did most of this. The only thing you can see from the back, anyway, the only thing you can see from what the new stuff is the gluteus maximus. You can't see the gluteus medius on this particular dude. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And again, just make sure that you're reviewing this. Now, the way that I would recommend doing this is I wouldn't spend a ton of time on the function, origin, insertion. I want you to review it because I don't want you to lose points. But what happens is I would keep the chart, which is in your textbook, and you can get it online. I would keep these charts with the origin, insertion, and function. I would keep that there, like in front of you. So when you're doing your studying, then I would just say, oh, what's the origin of this? Oh, okay, it's this, and double check. And just kind of go over it. Okay, I know this muscle. Wait, what's the origin? Only if it has an asterisk. If it has an asterisk, 1 star, know the function. If it has the 3 stars, know all 3. Yeah, so if you want to do flashcards, that's good too. But honestly, I think you would still go pretty far if you just look at the muscle, know the name, spell it, and then just check the chart. Just look and say, oh, that's what it is. Okay. That's a good question. Hold on. I'm going to look at my text. So this chart, I just stuck this chart in here just for, just because it's a chart, gives you information. Your textbook is a little bit more detailed than the textbook that this came out of. So hold on. Okay. And then also, we've got a lot more muscles that we don't even cover. All this, longissimus thoracis, the iliocostalis cervicus, which you know where that would be generally because you know the bones, which is awesome. So you iliocostosis cervicis. Well, that's going to be cervical somewhere. Costal is going to be around the ribs, right? So a lot of these you know, but we're not expecting you to know everything. So let's find one that you do have to know. Okay, mylohyoid, right? What is the origin? The mylohyoid line of the mandible. What would I take? And then let's see the insertion. Median connective tissue band that runs to the hyoid bone. That's really a weird insertion. Let's look at another bone, another muscle. Sternocleidomastoid, that's a good one. What will I take? Okay, so for something like the sternocleidomastoid, it would be fine to say that the origin is going to be the clavicle, and it's fine to say that the insertion would be the mastoid portion of the, it says just here the mastoid region of the skull, but y'all know that it's on the temporal bone. So yeah, the mastoid area of the skull is fine. So keeping it relatively straightforward is fine. That should be okay. Gloria, go ahead.
So when we say functions, are we talking about primary actions?
Yeah, so in this case, this textbook, and again, I just kind of put this in here. Primary actions this is the same as function. So when we're talking function, we're basically talking about adduction, abduction, flexion, extension as the major ones, right? And then you have to tell me what it is: flexion of the elbow, extension of the elbow, flexion of the neck. That's what we're talking about. Exactly what it says here. Adducts, flexes the humerus, flexes the vertebral column, right? So that's it. Yep. All right, awesome. Now we're going into the leg. This little model here that I have in this picture, that's a little bit of a different model, but it's okay because it looks the same as our Shiny Man model. So what do we want to do here? We want to make sure that you're orienting around the front and back of the leg, right? I think these are pretty straightforward, but if they look similar to you, then make sure that you're comparing and contrasting. Whatever looks similar, compare and contrast so that you have a very clear visual orientation. So first of all, let's go ahead and look at this muscle here. We're going to look at these, what's called the quadricep muscles. Now, we can only really see 3 of those muscles in most of these pictures. The first muscle, the major muscle of this grouping, is called the rectus femoris. Now, don't confuse this with the biceps femoris, which is very easy to do. Biceps femoris is in the hamstring in the back. So again, compare and contrast the rectus femoris with the biceps femoris. And of course, we have the rectus abdominis, right? So be careful with some of these words that have similarities. So this is a really big muscle smack dab in the middle of your quadriceps, right? Now, in addition to being able to recognize where you are quickly, this is where you need to be able to know your midline, right? Or medial. Right? We're going to go medial here. Right down the middle is the medial. And then that means on the side is the lateral. Okay? That's how we're going to do it. Why? Because we've got 2 muscles that have the same basic name, only they're oriented differently. So, vastus medialis. Boom. Vastus lateralis. Right? So, make life easy for yourself. And every time you're studying, immediately be able to look at the picture and say, what's the midline? Now, this is easier because honestly, the midline's right down the middle. It doesn't matter. It's really not hard to find a midline because it's right down the middle. And then this way, you're understanding where you are in medial versus lateral. And again, just a reminder, guys, remember your IS versus your E versus your US. So here you can see with this lovely, helpful labeled illustration, here we're looking at ISs as the theme in terms of spelling rules. So that's a helpful reminder, right? You can ask yourself, oh, is this an IS group or a US group? And that way it's going to give you a little leg up, with the spelling, right? Because you want to make sure that you're not losing little points for things like US instead of IS. All right, so rectus, I know. Gloria, you were a little slow on that one. So again, here we've got the rectus femoris. Sometimes, no problem. We've got the vastus. Now, there is a US. Vastus US, vastus US lateralis IS. So vastus lateralis is going to be, well, vastus medialis, medial, right, guys? Get your midline right out of the way. And then vastus lateralis. All right, boom, no problem. Awesome. And that's basically what I want to show you here. But actually, I will show you one more. And this goes to, I think Sophia asked this question, tensor fascia lati or latae. And that is right here. Right at the lateral side, attached to the iliotibial tract. Boom. Right there. Okay, awesome. Right, and just for kicks, I'll show you this one over here is called, this band, which I'll show you on the other model, is called the sartorius. Very easy muscle to see, the sartorius. Okay, all right, so let's keep going. What are these? What do you mean, what are these? Oh, these are all, well, I don't know if this is what you mean, but these are all the muscles in the front or anterior part of the leg. Okay, so what do we have here? Again, we've got the rectus femoris, part of the quadriceps. We've got the vastus medialis, part of the quadriceps. We've got the vastus lateralis, part of the quadriceps. We've got the tensor fascia lati, which is right up there, right by that hip, attaches to the iliotibial tract, the white part here. Well, that wasn't a good color. Purple part. Okay, Gloria, go for it.
This right here. What are these? This confused me when I was studying the leg too.
Oh, here, hold on. Oh, we're gonna get there. We haven't even got there yet. So we're gonna break this up in these segments. We're gonna go from the front top part of the leg. We're gonna do quadriceps. We're gonna do the I may do the adductors, but we're gonna do the quadriceps, which are basically flexors. Okay. Then we're going to go do the back of the leg, which is the hamstring, which are basically extensors. Then we're going to do all of these muscles that you just pointed to, all of them in here in due time. These are the adductor, right? They're the medial muscles. So we're going to get to them. Okay, guys? All right. So we're going to get to all of them. Don't worry. We're going to cover the entire list. So in this particular case, what have we just done? We've covered basically our anterior muscles, right? Of course, you're going to know your medial. That makes this the lateral. And then this is that band that you can see here, and you can see the band on this side really long. It's so freaking awesome because this one, and you can see it goes all the way from the hip, coming all the way down, crosses the closer to the midline, and then it attaches to more of the connective tissue on the inside of the knee, right, on the medial aspect of the knee. And so that's called the sartorius. And you can see it; it just looks like a band. All right, guys. So I've given you. I'm kind of starting on the mini-man model, which it doesn't really matter. But if you go to the mini-man model, we just covered again, we're in the front. So we've covered the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and the sartorius. Don't worry about the pectineus. We're not there yet. The pectineus and the adductor longus are all part of the adductor muscles, which we will go over. But I want to do that together in just a second. Okay, those are obviously adductor longus, adductor magnus. They're part of the adductor muscles. When you do a star jumping jack, when you come back from that jumping jack inward, those are the medial muscles that you use for adduction, right? All right. So, guys, tell me where the sartorius is. That strip or ribbon muscle. Yeah, super obvious. That's right. Choose any of them. It doesn't matter. Now, the left one's not blackboard. The right one is blackboard. Just FYI, not Kimberly Dunn. All right, awesome, guys. Now, yeah, that is easy. All right, now, tell me where the tensor fascia lati is. Think lateral. You got to go lateral. Lateral. Exactly. There it is. Lateral. Good. While you're there, tell me about the iliotibial tract. Iliac. Right, guys? Top of the hip. Tibial. Tibia. Right? Tract. And let me just make sure it's... where are we? Do we have to know this on the little man? Yeah, you do. Iliotibial tract. Good. Very good. Awesome. So that's not bad, right? Now, as you can imagine, that tensor fascia latae is lateral, right? We're talking about the side of your hip. That's going to support abduction, right? The muscles on the front supports flexion. The muscles on the back supports extension. The muscles on the side support abduction. The muscles in the middle support adduction. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. I like it. Whatever works for you guys. No problem. Awesome. All right. Biceps femoris. Where are the biceps femoris? You can't see it on part of the leg. That's it. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Great. Good job. Nice big muscle. Now, technically, we do have the... Oh, good. It's not on this one, so we don't have to worry about it. All right. Rectus. Did I say biceps femoris? See, I told you. Don't say biceps femoris, rectus femoris. In my head, I said rectus femoris. That doesn't count. But in my head, that's what I said. Diamond, you should be happy, not sad. 2 extra points in the test. You guys wish. All right. That was not the biceps femoris. That was the rectus femoris. Thank you. All right. You felt bad for me. Oh. I know, dude. I feel bad for myself. It's so weird because honestly, I did think I said rectus femoris because I just warned you about it like 3 minutes ago. All right. So, are you ready? Vastus lateralis. I know. Autopilot's never a good look for me, though. All right. Awesome. Lateralis. Good. Vastus medialis. That's it. Awesome. So, not bad at all, guys. That's it. Not bad. And the nice thing is the legs don't have as much orientation that we have to worry about. We talked a lot about that orientation, especially how when we're talking about the triceps brachii, depending on kind of where that elbow is, how much of either the lateral head we see or the long head. All right. So on the list, would vastus just be the lateral and medial combined? I don't know what you mean. Yes, final questions are 70. I'm sorry, Brisa, what do you mean? What do you mean by that, combined? Hold on. Okay, you're looking at just the leg muscle model. Okay, yes, under the leg. So remember, we've got the list for the mini muscle, which is this one here. Under the leg muscle model, which we have technically not gotten to yet, but yes, it's the same thing. They're the same muscles. Under that, they're all under the quadriceps femoris, but I want you guys to tell me the name. So, for example, if for what we just did, you need to tell me the vastus lateralis, you need to tell me the vastus medialis, you need to tell me the rectus femoris. Now, we do have the vastus intermedius. The only problem is we can't see it. Like you just can't see it because it's underneath. It's one word. Oh, the vastus intermedius? Yeah, that's one word. I don't know why they just kind of, they indented it and put it on the next line. But it's the vastus intermedius. Maybe it's because, I don't know why. Probably because it didn't fit in the actual imaginary column. So technically it's on there. When we get to the leg muscle, we'll see. When we get to the leg muscle, we'll see if we can see it better. This is just the muscle. This is the mini-man muscle. So if you look on the mini-man muscle, you don't have to know the vastus intermedius. So we'll see when we get to the full leg muscle. All right, guys. So here's the full leg muscle. This is from another. I think it's the same publisher, actually. Yeah, it's the same publisher, but just another website that I have access to. So it's the same model, right? Our model just looks a little bit different color just because of the way the picture is taken, but it's the same model. So here's a nice labeled muscle model. So what we're going to do here is now we're officially on page 101, the leg muscle model. We were talking about and going over the mini muscle. So what do you see here? Let's go ahead and look at the top left, which here we have something called the psoas muscle, the psoas major. But the way that I prefer the iliopsoas, right, which is actually labeled here. Now, bear with me. Why do I prefer that? A, it's an option. I'm not making this up, right? So when you look at this muscle called the iliopsoas muscle, it consists of two muscles. The two muscles are called the psoas muscle, right? That's the psoas of the iliopsoas. And that comes from the back of the vertebra. It attaches, the origin of the psoas muscle is at the lumbar vertebra, right? About L2, I think, or L3. So it's a weird muscle that attaches literally from the back of the spine, and it comes all around and to the front, which you can see here, because this is the anterior. And then that psoas muscle comes around to the front, right, which you can see here. And then we have this muscle called the iliacus, right? So when you're looking at all this list on 101, you see there's a psoas major plus iliacus equals iliopsoas. And that's why I like the iliopsoas. I like that. So the iliacus, again, US, right? That's come from the ilium, right? The top of the top bone of the hip is called the ilium. So the iliacus is the muscle that covers that whole kind of fossa area of the ilium, right? So in this case, it's called the iliacus. But we don't want that. What we want is down here when they come together, okay? Down here, the psoas major comes together with the iliacus, and we call that the iliopsoas. So I just teach it as the iliopsoas because for me it's easier, and that's the muscle we're talking about. Because here, technically, this is still part of flexion. So even though your quadriceps help with flexion, they kind of help more when you're kind of in the squat position and you're coming up. The primary mover of flexion at the hip is the iliopsoas. So the iliacus coming together with the psoas major at this area right here beside the sartorius, that is the primary mover of hip flexion, and that's called the iliopsoas. So that's my recommendation. I mean, if you like the psoas, I don't know. I mean, because technically it's not correct. Technically that area is the iliopsoas. So forget it. Just call it the iliopsoas. It's the best thing, and that's the name. Okay, so that one is going to be right beside the sartorius as we're going medially. Okay, guys? So that's what we have here. All right, awesome. So with that being said, we're gonna make a medial sweep of this row of muscles. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that starting at the sartorius, which is very easy to see, right? We already talked about it. If I go medially, don't say right, don't say left, say medially, right? What's going to happen is that first set of muscles I'm going to run into is called the iliopsoas, right? It's right here. Now, the next muscle, which is very, very tiny, it's a little rectangular muscle, it's called the pectineus. Now, notice that pubic bone, part of that pubic bone, that's the attachment point for that pectineus. A very small little triangular area right there. You guys see what I'm doing there? So, right or left, doesn't really matter, leg. You know we're in the front of the leg, clearly anterior. There's no orientation here. You're looking straight on at this leg. From the sartorius going medially, you go sartorius, iliopsoas, right? Then you go little triangular muscle called pectineus, and that is going to have an attachment point right there by that pubic bone. Okay? Then we keep going medially, right? We're going to go in this order. The next muscle medially is called the adductor longus. Okay, guys? You see what I'm doing here? Still also has an attachment point there at that pubic bone. Okay? So technically you could say a little bit of attachment possibly at that pubic ramus, but we don't care. So if you can see the colors, you've seen what I've done here. Sartorius is where you want to go first. Right beside the sartorius, the white part, iliopsoas. Moving medially to the midline, the next one is pectineus, orange. Moving medially even further is a long muscle that's covered by the sartorius called the adductor longus. And then, it's not labeled here, but you'll be able to see it on the next image. We have the gracilis. That's what you can see here. Okay, guys? All right, so that's what you need to know. So let's go and look at our model. See, they're both the same model. Obviously, they're slightly different, and they could be actually slightly different color in the manufacturing. I don't know, but it's the same model. So, I'm sorry, where's the gracilis? No problem. The gracilis is a little tricky. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that was very special. Whoever did that, that was exciting. It's just a little slip. Wow, we're gonna pat ourselves on the back tonight. So actually, yes, Sophia, yes. Emmanuel is absolutely correct. And we may or may not ask it here, but just be aware that's where it is. We're going to see a slightly different orientation, but that's where it is. So don't worry, we're going to see a better orientation. But in this image, please don't do it here. I know. I know, guys. I'm sorry. All right, guys. So are you ready? For beginner's sake, we're going to start with the order that I showed it to you. So first of all, for kicks, show me the sartorius. Now, keep it nice and neat, nice and tight, guys, because we're going to need that area to go in with the other muscles, okay? All right, awesome. With that being said, please show me where the iliopsoas is. We're going in order here. Nope, you got to go right beside the sartorius. Now, remember, I'm not going to go up here because this is the psoas major. This is the iliacus. I want to go down beside the sartorius. Right, guys? Yes, the middle finger, the middle hand. Yeah, go. Everybody, yep, go there. Everybody go there. Go there. Yes, that's it. That's it. Now, I'll show it to you here. Right here. You guys see that? Iliopsoas. Yes, that's the psoas major. Yes, that's the iliacus. Guess where we want to talk about it? There. Iliopsoas. Okay, guys? Because that's flexion at the hip. So, what can we ask you here? Well, hold on. Let me just double check we did it. You don't want to work harder than you have to. Okay, here. Psoas major. There's a little asterisk beside there. The little asterisk says know the function. Please, guys, listen to me. Listen to me. I can put I won't, but they will. We can put an arrow pointing to pointing to this muscle, right? That is the muscle. Read the question. If it says, what is this function? Don't tell me it's the iliopsoas. Tell me the function of this muscle is hip flexion. That's it. That's function. Hip flexion, hip extension, hip abduction, hip adduction, right? Are we good with that? Please take a little bit of time, read that question carefully. I don't want you guys to lose points, okay? And it's easy to do. Not because you're bad, not because you're lazy, not because you're stupid, but because you're human and it's a test. And there's a lot in your brain already. So make sure that when you go to every question, you orient yourself immediately. I know where I am with this question. Even before you think about the name, I know where I am orientation-wise. And then look at the question again. Is it asking for the name of the muscle? Is it asking for the function? Is it asking for the origin or insertion? Make sure that you're looking at that. All right, awesome. So now that we have the iliopsoas here, please tell me, where is the pectineus? Now, that bone is going to be really important for you. Go over a little bit more. Yes, that white one there is very nice. So right where the white is and a little bit over. Yeah, right where those arteries and veins are. Right there. Perfect. Very good. Great. Now, where is the adductor longus? Remember, we're going medial here. So we're going from lateral to medial. That's it. That's it. Right there. Remember, what have we done here? We've made a line with the sartorius, and we've just gone medially with it. Right? So that way, it's a good technique to use for this. Okay, awesome. Now, as you can tell, adductor magnus, we're going to get there. Adductor longus is going to adduct the hip. That's its function. Adductor longus. All right, guys, awesome. Now, you can't really see the gracilis. It's not super clear. In this image, you can see it a little bit better. That's the gracilis right there. Yeah, just a little thing. Again, medial to the adductor longus. Okay, which is awesome. Good job, guys. All right, very quickly. Tensor fascia lati. Really clear up here, guys. Somebody said it. I like somebody who said, I think it was Jennifer, lati lateral. That's right, which means it's right beside the iliotibial tract. Right? That's it. Careful, guys. Over more for the tensor fascia lati. Somebody's right in the middle. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good. All right, awesome. Where is the, okay, I'm going to think about this. I'm not going to go on autopilot. Rectus femoris. Y'all knew I was going to do it. Rectus femoris. Haha. You knew. I'm so like predictable. You're welcome. All right, awesome. Now I'm going to erase a little bit. Where is the vastus lateralis? Now, the problem with this, guys, is you still can't see the vastus intermedius. You have to pop out this. Okay, I think that we still have this in here because in lab you can remove that rectus femoris. So technically, guys, you can't see the vastus intermedius here because it's underneath that rectus femoris. So if we put it on there, it's a freebie. That's what I look at it because you can't see it. All right, awesome. So vastus medialis. Awesome, good job. Now, guys, I hope this, when you look at this, I hope that this is not a hard sell on the medial, right? Even though it's just a leg, here, this is part of the pubic, right? You can see part of the vertebra here as well, and that's the ilium. That's the side of the hip. Yeah, so hopefully it's not too difficult when you're looking at this. Where's the medial and lateral? All right, good. So as you can see, the leg is I think the leg is much easier than the arm, right? Because you got slightly different, you know what I mean? It's slightly different in terms of the orientation with the pictures. All right. Now the left is just the same image. It's all labeled, so that's nice. Okay, pretty. This is what they're going to use. Almost 100%. They're going to use this for the iliopsoas, pectineus, adductor longus, and the gracilis. Now, first of all, where's the gracilis? Because here it's very obvious. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, careful. Somebody wants to give me the adductor longus. Don't do it. All right. Good job. Very good. Now, what have we done here? I don't think it matters with this one so much. It just doesn't. But notice the knee. Notice the knee. We've had to slightly orient it over because in order to get that gracilis nice and visible, right? Because it's flat. It's very flat in the very anterior orientation. All right, guys, let's do it again. Sartorius. that's your reference. That's your reference right away, right? And then you're going to do the, we're going to go in order just because, iliopsoas. And here you can see it really nicely. Yeah, careful, guys. Don't go too high up. There we go. The yellow is it. That's it. Now, pectineus. Here you can really see the pectineus. That artery and the veins there, yeah, right there by the artery and the veins. Perfect. Watch that, guys. Go from sartorius, iliopsoas, pectineus. Good, good, good. Now, keep going. We might as well go medially, right? Or medial. Adductor longus. Adductor longus. That's it. That's it. Nice. Adductor longus. Good. Now, gracilis. We're going to go medial, right? From lateral to medial. Good. Good, good, good. Now, technically, all of that's great. Perfect. Technically, if you want to, you can start with the, of course, you can do anything you want when you're studying. But if you want to start lateral and to medial, you can start with the tensor fascia latae. Or you can start with the iliotibial tract. Tensor fascia latae, sartorius, iliopsoas, pectineus, adductor longus, gracilis. So you see what we did there? And that's how you want to do it. Chunk it like that. So honestly, guys, the legs are so much easier. All right. Awesome. Okay. Now, yeah. Oh, that's a pretty one. Okay. Are you ready? Wait a minute. Okay, guys. Study these two together. Study these two together. Why? Watch. This is where orientation's going to be buggy. Watch the knee, guys. Right? Yep. Watch that knee. Just like the elbow. Remember we talked about the elbow? Where's the elbow? This is definitely turned a little bit. Now, it's still not bad, but what they've done is now that pectineus is kind of really, it really looks kind of jammed in between that iliopsoas and that adductor magnus. Now, adductor longus. Now, okay, this is still going to help you. Let's start with the sartorius, just cause, right? The sartorius is clear everywhere. And let's do this one. Let's all go to the left. Well, it doesn't matter. All right, ready? Iliopsoas. Careful, 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 careful. Yep. That's iliopsoas. All right, go to the pectineus. It's kind of deep now, but watch that vein. See that vein? Yeah, you hit that vein in that artery, you're going to get the pectineus. Awesome. Now, adductor longus. Remember, keep in this order, and you got it. That's right. Now, don't go too far. Don't go too far, because now you see the full gracilis. That's it. Now see the full. Now don't go too far. That's it. The person that did the green, good. Careful. One of you guys is too far over. I have one little hand that's too. That's it. Good, good, good. Now, are you ready? And I think they would do this. Are you ready? Adductor magnus. You guys see what just happened there, guys? Yep. You cannot see the adductor magnus here. Why? Because it's more oriented towards the back, although it's still an adduction muscle. Okay? But you got to be careful. Go in order. That ribbon sartorius, iliopsoas, pectineus, adductor longus, gracilis, and then boom, right to the back a little bit, adductor magnus. All right. Do it again. Iliopsoas. I'm going to do it in order because I think that's the best way. Like, just do it in order. Pectineus. Yep, watch that vein. That vein's going to really help you out there. Adductor longus. Adductor longus. Good, that's it. Adductor gracilis. Good. Adductor longus. Stay high up there. Good, because we got another muscle if you go down a little bit lower. Stay nice high up there. That's right. All right, guys. So, again. Adductor magnus. And we can't even see all of it. You just see that. All right, awesome. Not bad, guys. See what I'm saying? Not bad. Watch that orientation of the knee. All right. So let's knock this out. Let's finish it all off, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll go to 17. Okay. Let's do it. Ready? Tensor fascia latae. Go, go, go. Go. You thought I was gonna do sartorius. I'm so predictable. Good job. Iliotibial tract. I know. Awesome. Iliotibial tract. Good, good, good. Yep. All right. Rectus femoris. Good. All right, ready? Vastus medialis. Yes. Careful here. And then yes. All right. All right, ready? Iliopsoas muscle. Yes, now that's both of them. So this is a little tricky, guys. Ready? Watch. Okay. Can you guys move your pointers for a second for me? Okay. This guy's much easier. Right? Here, that's the iliopsoas there. The pectineus, though, is, I'm going to do it over here too. Both of these two make the iliopsoas. The pectineus is this one here. You guys see that? And then the pectineus is much easier on this guy. You see that? You guys see what I did there? Okay. And then you've got and then tell me where the adductor longus is. Now, don't go into the vastus medialis. Just stay above the sartorius. That's right. That's the adductor longus. Now, gracilis. Yep, that's it. You can't see the magnus here. You just can't. But that's the gracilis right there. Awesome. Good job. Very good. All right, let's go. Now we're gonna flip. So we did the front, the quadriceps. Now we're gonna do the back. Now you already know this. There's the gluteus maximus. It's the most superficial muscle of the gluteus area, and then there's the gluteus medius. It's clearly a deeper layer. Okay. Now, are you ready? This is where we get into the biceps femoris. Okay. The biceps femoris are lateral. Okay, medial. Again, here's the iliac crest. Here's your, technically that would probably be the vertebra, right? So we're in the midline here, okay? The biceps femoris is a big muscle in the hamstring. Obviously the butt is going to show you the difference. So I'm in the butt, I'm in the back. No butt, no back. So biceps femoris is going to be lateral. That's going to trip people up. So watch that, guys. Instead of going, here we're going to go lateral to medial. Biceps femoris. And then the next muscle, as we go medially, is called the semitendinosus. Okay, it's going to trip you up. So start lateral with the biceps femoris, then go medial, which is right next to it, which is going to be the semitendinosus. Now, we do have a semimembranosus, and you can see it. But most of it is deep to the that's it. Watch, guys. Just that. Peekaboo. Peekaboo down there. Now, how do you remember this? Semitendinosus, T-top. So you got semitendinosus and semimembranosus. Semitendinosus is on top of the semimembranosus. Exactly. Now, the gracilis, I guess we could ask for it here. You can see the gracilis kind of goes almost like the opposite of the sartorius, right, in the back. And here, guys, very clear, adductor magnus. Okay? And that is it for the back. So, let's do it. Where is the gluteus medius? That's it. Nice up top there because it's deep. Where's the gluteus maximus? Which is kind of a silly question, but there you go. Now, remember, guys, if you honestly don't just find the butt and remember the hamstring, right? Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want to be calling any of these the quadriceps. Like you don't want to call it the rectus femoris. This is the back. So this is going to be the butt. And actually, I never thought about this, but biceps femoris and butt, they're both B's, right? There's your butt. The biceps femoris. Okay? Biceps are going to be lateral. I think you guys can see that this is lateral and this is medial, right? And, okay, so where are the biceps femoris? Remember, butt. Biceps femoris. Good. Now, biceps don't mean butt. I just want you to orient yourself around where the butt is because you can see it quickly. Biceps are something else. Now, careful. The green is not the biceps. The green are the semitendinosus. Okay, so let me erase. One more time, guys. Biceps femoris. That's it. Yep, all of that lateral. Now, where is the semitendinosus? That's right, top. Good. Now, where's the little tiny semimembranosus? Good. That's the semimembranosus. Little. Go a little bit over, guys. Most of you, the moving hands are right. Oh, not that far. That's it. The white part there. Perfect. That's it. Good. That's the semimembranosus. Remember, T on top. So the big muscle on top is the semitendinosus. The little muscle underneath. Now, it's a big muscle, the semimembranosus, but you can't see it. You just can't, right? All right, awesome. Now, this is a good picture. Are you ready? Gracilis. Think about the gracilis is like the sartorius in the back. Yes. Yeah, you see that? It's from the anterior position, it looks like it's up and down. Good. Now, where is the adductor magnus? Yes. So that's going to bring the legs together. Okay, awesome. Careful. Now, I would just stay up there. We don't want to make it too hard by going too far down, but you are correct. All right, awesome. That's it, guys. See? So again, the big thing is know your front and back, know your medial and lateral, but you guys already know there's your butt. So you know you're in the back, medial, lateral. Start with the lateral, biceps femoris, semitendinosus, T on top, semimembranosus, and gracilis, adductor magnus. All right, Brisa, what's your question?
So would this be part of the sartorius?
Let me see. Yes, it would.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Because, no problem. Because it comes all the way from the hip, crosses the front of the leg, not entirely over the rectus femoris, a little bit more superior, and then it comes all the way to the medial aspect of the knee. It's really cool. All right, awesome. Good job. Now, I don't think we would ask about the sartorius in this position. I just don't think we would. But it's a good question. All right, awesome. Now, that's all right. Okay, here we go. Now, this is good. Remember, look at this, guys. I got a right leg. I got a left leg, right? Who cares? The bottom line is know your midline, know your lateral. Where are the biceps femoris? Right? Don't think right and left. Think lateral and medial. Yes. Lateral. That's what you got to do. You got to think lateral. Because when you're thinking, yeah, exactly. Because we can ask it on either leg, right, guys? Especially as you can see in these images. So don't think right, left. Don't do that. Just go, oh, there's my butt, right? So my butt has the biceps femoris and lateral. Okay? Awesome. Where is the semitendinosus? That's right. Then you just go you're going to go medial. Don't think right, left. No. You're going to think medial. My biceps femoris is lateral. My semitendinosus is medial. Now, on this lady, she's got a really clear semimembranosus. Even on any of these pictures, you got this exactly. That's it. It's really kind of, honestly, it kind of reminds me of the pronator teres. But you have no butt on your arm. So, if you see the butt, you know that you're not there. All right, awesome. Good. What else can we see? Now, in this image, you can see the adductor magnus. That's it. And the gracilis. All right, the gracilis is a long one. It's kind of analogous to the sartorius in the back. The gracilis. Great. Good job. Awesome. All right, you guys getting it? I think we see some, All right, now, again, I see a butt, right? There's the butt. Totally a lateral aspect, exactly. Now, where is the gluteus medius? Because here you can see it. Really beautiful gluteus medius, right? And then, of course, the gluteus maximus, because, there you go. Now, this one is great. Why? It's lateral. I don't care if it's right. I don't care if it's left. I just know that bad boy's lateral, which means there's my butt. There's the lateral. That is going to be the what? What's that going to be called, guys? Go ahead, look on your list. You know it's going to be lateral. What is that muscle, that yellow one here? What is this muscle here? Sorry, guys. What's that? Biceps femoris, right? Okay, that's my butt, right? That's lateral because that's, I see clear lateral. Here's the medius, right? That's my hip. That's your hip bone, right, guys? That's clearly lateral, biceps femoris, which means, what is this? Don't overthink it. What's right beside the biceps femoris, medially? Semitendinosus on top. Now, guys, you can see this. What's that? What's that, guys? What's just that little part right down there? Semimembranosus. All right, that's it. Semimembranosus. Okay, just looking at here. All right, awesome. Now, careful, guys. A couple of people are writing IS, write the US. I had to double check myself. So again, when you're doing this, literally just say it out loud. Oh, this is an IS. This is a US. Oh, this is a US. This is an IS. Literally. And just say it like that. And then those things are going to stick in your mind. So say things out loud. It's going to help. All right. You can see the tensor fascia latae here. Don't worry about it. Trust me. So just so that you guys kind of get it. Yeah, there it is. And of course, you can see this iliotibial tract beautifully. Yeah, so they could, I don't think they'd ask about the tensor fascia latae here. They might, but that iliotibial tract, I mean, that's a good question, right? I would say it's a good question. All right, awesome. Good job. So now you see what we're doing with this. All right, ready, guys? Semimembranosus. Membranosus, little. Remember, semitendinosus means on top. So where's the semitendinosus? Good, that's right, on top. Awesome. And of course, where's the biceps femoris, right? Butt. So that's not the butt. Biceps femoris is not the butt, but you know, you look, you say, oh, there's the butt. That means we have a biceps femoris laterally. How many points would it be off if we wrote it instead of, oh, it would be like, so basically the way that I do it is if there's a couple letters, out of 1.43, I put 0.96. If there's a couple more letters, I put 0.49. If it's just not distinguishable, that's nothing. So most people, if they got errors on the spelling, it was like 0.96. So it's really for me, it's just really standardized, not a lot of thinking, and it's the same across the board. All right, awesome. Okay, biceps femoris. Remember, there's the butt. You see the butt exactly right there, guys. Good. Where's the semimembranosus? This is a good question, actually. Where's the semimembranosus? Careful. Not the big one, guys. The little one. Let me do it again. Semimembranosus. Little. Yes, there. And it's right between, kind of tucked between, not down there, guys. Come up a little bit. Yeah. Now, where is the semitendinosus? On top, right? Good, very good, awesome. Now, technically, you can see that adductor magnus. You can see it. That's it, right there. That's right, awesome. So if you're going to go lateral to medial, in this orientation, it's biceps femoris, semitendinosus, adductor magnus, and then technically you can see the gracilis. Where's the gracilis? Good, it kind of makes a V. Yeah. All right, awesome. That's it. Good job, guys. So not crazy. So let's kind of keep going. Again, here's your chart. You know, put it into flashcards and memorize it or again, just keep it handy. And when you're studying, you can say, oh, what is that? Oh, okay, that's right, because it's right by this bone, and it does this, and this is the movement with the action. So that's going to all tie together. All right, awesome. Now, where are we? We've already done the front, the anterior quadriceps. We've done the posterior hamstrings. We're going to go down. Here we're going to do the front of the leg or the calf area, okay? And then basically we only have what do we have? Three muscles in the front. Oh, no, I lied. 4 muscles in the front, because we have the tibialis anterior, which is the easiest one to find because you find the tibia. You can see the tibia here. That's the tibia, okay? And the tibialis anterior is going to be lateral to the tibia, okay? So your tibialis anterior is, yep, right there. Okay, so remember, we're under the knee here, okay? And then in this image, let's see if we need to know that. So that's the tibialis anterior, and you need to know the fibularis longus. In this image, the fibularis longus, now be careful. Oh, wait. It's very hard to see here. You can't really see the long, I mean, it's, let's see. Somebody's got it there. Yeah. Yeah, I guess technically this would be it. Right here. That's called the fibularis longus. The brevis would be down a little bit. This is not a good image for this, but they do ask for the fibularis longus. So again, the way you want to think about this is the tibia is medial to the fibula, right? You can't see the fibula in these pictures. You can see the tibia. And so we're going to start medial with the tibia. We're going to go tibialis anterior, and then we're going to go lateral to the fibularis longus. It was confusing, hard to see. If you like the peroneus longus, go for it. I don't like it because the fibula is the bone, and for me it's easier to think tibia fibula, because for me it's easier to know that the tibia is medial, and then the fibula is lateral. So again, if you like the peroneus, go for it. I like the fibularis. So that's what I'm going to call it. Sorry, guys. And why can we say this? Because it's in parentheses. So we can't just make stuff up and go to Google and be like, I like this name. No, it's in parentheses. Any of them is acceptable. Any of them are acceptable when they're in parentheses. Now, the only one that I would say do it my way is the iliopsoas. So just do the iliopsoas, because technically the psoas major is a separate muscle from the iliacus. So I would say for the iliopsoas, which we talked about, right, which is technically this muscle right here, I would say for the iliopsoas, just call it the iliopsoas, right? But because there's a parentheses, you can choose whichever one you want. I just like the fibularis. All right. So with that being said, think about this from a medial to lateral aspect as well, right? The tibia is medial to the fibula, right? So as we're going medial to lateral, and it doesn't matter whether you have a right leg or a left leg when you have medial, the muscle right beside it laterally is going to be the tibialis anterior, and then keep going lateral where the fibula would be. You're going to do the fibularis longus, and not even the whole thing. Just maybe a little bit over more, like this. Just this area. I'm not doing a good job with my thing tonight, but that's basically it, because you have to go down for the brevis a little bit, but you don't have to know the brevis for the Miniman model, which is good because it's really too small. It's getting a little weird. So again, what do you have to know for the front in the calf area? You have to know the tibialis anterior, which is quite easy. I think you guys all have it. Just find the tibia, go lateral, and then go lateral one more time by the knee, closer to the knee, and then you're going to get the fibularis longus. Now, here is the actual leg model, and that's going to have the fibularis longus, the fibularis brevis, and then the extensor digitorum. Now, so guys, hold on a second. Hold up. Okay, on the mini model, they don't ask for the extensor digitorum. So, tibialis anterior is here, fibularis longus is going to be up here, right? But look at the leg muscle here. You think they should ask on the shiny man? You think they'll ask? I don't know which one they'll ask on, but the shiny man and the lady are very similar. If anything, the lady is much easier to read, because her muscles are much more pronounced in terms of like differentiating between them. But it could be on either one. It could be on shiny man. It could be on gloss, lady. But I want you guys to notice something here. With the leg muscle, there's more detail. So again, still applies with the tibia. That's a tibia, which means that's the tibialis anterior. Okay, that shouldn't shock you. But you want to watch out for I'm going to change this. You want to watch out for the extensor digitorum, because look, the next muscle right beside the tibialis anterior is the extensor digitorum. So technically, going back to this muscle, I think it's this part here that's the tibialis longus, because this one is most likely the extensor digitorum right there. Although honestly, for the Miniman, it doesn't matter. Why? You only have two muscles. You've got the one right beside the tibia, which is the tibialis anterior, and then you have the other muscle over here, which is going to be right lateral on the calf. And that's going to be the fibularis longus. No, the tibialis anterior, fibularis longus. Did I call it the no, fibularis longus. Yeah. So it really is the side one here. Yeah, I probably said it. Sorry, guys. Tibialis anterior, arrow to the fibularis longus. And the reason why because on the mini model, they don't ask for the extensor digitorum, at least not that I can see. They're asking for the tibialis anterior and the fibularis longus. And the fibularis longus is going to be, it's tricky on this model. It's just going to be on the side here, okay? Now, on the big leg model, it's very clearly separated. Tibialis anterior, directly lateral to the tibialis anterior is the extensor digitorum, right? Very clear, extensor digitorum. And this addresses Sophia's question from earlier. And then much more laterally, the most lateral aspect here is the fibularis longus, and then the fibularis brevis. Okay, guys, you see that? Is there hardware here too? Okay, there you go. The hardware is the extensor digitorum. Yep, the extensor digitorum is the hardware on the leg. Now, back to Sophia's question. First of all, there's a foot. So that's the big... Sorry, that was snarky. But, just FYI. But you are right. Before I get a slap, is there one without a foot? Oh, they all have feet. Okay, Sophia, they all have feet. So that's the if they all have feet, you know you're in the leg. Sorry, that's me getting snarky. All right, so if you see a foot, you're in the leg. Sorry. I'm sorry, Sophia. Hold on. Okay. Aw. I'm so sorry. It's not you, it's me. Okay, I got it. You guys are really good. You're doing great tonight. Really appreciate you. Okay, we got this. Let's go. Okay, so that's all we need for the front of the leg, literally. So we just have the fibularis longus. If you like the peroneus, go for it. Fibularis longus brevis, the tibialis anterior, and then the extensor digitorum. I wanted to call it the flexor, but it's not. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready, guys? Oh, hold on one second. I wanted to. No. Okay. So this is fine, but notice that we have a slight turn in the toe, right? So it's going to be a little bit. Going to have a little different orientation. Now this is going to matter when you do the fibularis longus. So are you guys ready? Let's start medially by the tibia. Tibialis anterior. Now here again, just remind yourself, and I'm just going to remind myself, that the tibialis anterior is the IS. Yes, perfect. Now here we're going to go lateral with the extensor digitorum. And Gloria mentioned it. There's a little hardware there, so that's going to remind you. Yep, that's going to be a little kind of reminder there. Perfect. Now we're going to go over, but guys, be careful. Don't go too far because you can see the soleus in this image. So where is the fibularis longus? Careful, don't go too far. Yes, that's the separation. Perfect. Because if you go any further, that actually is the soleus. So be careful. And then where is the fibularis brevis? Yep, that's it right there. That's it. Now careful with the blue, not the blue. The white there, we're going too far in the extensor digitorum. I'm going to erase that. Give me just the brevis. You see there's a clear demarcation, the line there? Yes, so that's going to be the fibularis brevis. Excellent. Don't go too far because otherwise you're going to get into the extensor digitorum and you don't want to do that. Okie dokie, awesome. So that should be quite straightforward. Now, just for your information, this is the soleus on, where am I? This is the soleus on this image. That's the gastrocnemius. On this image, this is the soleus, and there's a wee bit of gastrocnemius sticking out. But don't worry, we're not going to ask you that. Just so that you kind of orient yourself, which means this here is the fibularis brevis, longest. Brevis is just a little one down here in the white. All right, we good, guys? So, just again, here's the tibia. Here's the tibialis anterior. Extensor digitorum. The fibularis longus, the fibularis brevis, and that's all you need to know for the front. Okay, awesome. Good. Now, this image is great, but we've got some front, we've got some back. What you need to recognize is that this is going to be your tibia, right? So I can really only see two muscles in this position. It's a medial position. The toe also tells you that, right? The toes are both medial. The big toes, obviously there's 5 toes. The big toes are medial. But what you see here is, now, of course, you could say, oh, there's my hardware, but I want you to kind of recognize the tibia. You can see the tibialis anterior, but you can only see a bit of the extensor digitorum. Okay, guys? We could ask, it would just be really weird. What you're getting here is this. You're getting the soleus, right? This is technically behind the lateral aspect of the medial aspect of the tibia. That's the soleus. And then you have the gastrocnemius. Careful, guys. They are separate, even though, yes, they are considered the triceps suri, right? But I want that gastrocnemius separate. I want that soleus separate, okay? And then it's kind of hard to see here, but technically that Achilles tendon would be down here. Now, it's a little too lateral for this, though. You really have to get up posterior. All right, guys, go, go, go. So, again, gastrocnemius, Achilles tendon, and just a little bit of the soleus peeking through here, okay? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, awesome. Now, where is the gastrocnemius? Yes. It's okay. No, don't let it freak you out. Don't let it freak you out. Ready, guys? Tibia, we're in the back, right? Medial aspect, right? That's the gastrocnemius. This is half of it. This is the other half. Oh, well, it's part of it. That's it. Good. Now, where's the soleus? Don't go too deep. Don't go too deep. Yeah, right there. I would just stick with that. Can you go back for a sec? Okay, yes. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay, this one or all the way back to this one? Oh, the labeled one?
Yes, that one.
This one? Okay.
Okay.
Is that good? Okay, awesome. All right, so here, again, don't let it freak you out, right? This is going to be your tibia. Now, when you see this, you know it's the back, right? That's your calcaneus, okay? That means that that's the gastrocnemius. That's the soleus. And here you can see that Achilles tendon. That's it, right? That's really all we can see. And that's all we need for the back, for the calf, right? All right. Now, again, same thing. There's a foot, there's an ankle. Now, you may be able to see this, you may not, but in this case, you really can't see the tibia because this is lateral, right? So this is the lateral aspect. Now, in this case, guess what I can see here? I can see a very clear extensor digitorum because of the hardware. No, I'm kidding, but yeah. So I can see the extensor digitorum. Again, what you have to recognize is that I don't see the tibia here. If you don't see the tibia, then you have to know I'm in lateral aspect. So what would we say? This one here, you can't see it really, but that's the ankle. That would be the lateral malleolus of the fibula. Okay. the medial malleolus, or your middle part of your ankle, is part of the tibia. So you can't see the tibia here. So that needs to be you need to recognize that. But what you can see is the calcaneus, right? So I don't see a tibia, which means it's not the medial aspect. I do see a calcaneus, so I've got a foot, right? So I want you to recognize that I cannot see the tibialis anterior. I can see the extensor digitorum, which is all the way down here. I can see the fibularis longus. I can see the fibularis brevis. Okay, guys, you see that? And then gastrocnemius. Boom. Soleus. Boom. Technically, I can see the lateral aspect of the Achilles tendon. Just here. All right, Brisa, go for it.
Okay, so would this part right here be part of the fibularis longus?
Yeah, because I guess, yeah, it would be. Technically, all of this would be part of the fibularis longus. And then the brevis is just kind of where they've got this labeled here.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. But where we see this, the longest in the anterior part, the front, is we see this. In the front, this is what we see. And then we see this. This is what we see for the longest, the fibularis longus and the fibularis brevis. But yeah, the longest would extend down here. Like that. And we only see it on the lateral aspect because it's on the side. All right, awesome, guys. Just remember, guys, this one here, the gastrocnemius goes over the soleus. Okay, like that. All right, that's it. All right, guys, are you ready? Where is the extensor digitorum? Because you can see it here, so they could possibly ask for it. That's right, the hardware. Now, where is the fibularis longus? Yep, that's right. But don't go too far because you don't want to get to the soleus. Good. Where is the fibularis brevis? Yep, great. That's good. Where is the gastrocnemius? Yep, don't go too far down because you're going to get into the soleus. And where is the soleus? That's it, just right there. Now, technically, you can see, dang, I missed the labeled one. The labeled one. I'm sorry, which one do you mean? Do you want me to go back? Okay, which one do you want me to, you want this one? Okay, yeah. Now this one, it's hard to see. You're gonna have to take a picture and then expand it when you're studying. But yeah, you can see that the brevis, where the brevis is, where the longus is, gastrocnemius and soleus. Okay, got it? Good. All right, awesome. And then, okay, what did we talk about? I don't know. Where's the soleus? Oh, careful. The yellow is the gastrocnemius. The soleus is going to be underneath it, which you can only see part of it. All right, awesome. Good job, guys. Remember, just as a reminder, guys, watch your orientation. You know there's a foot here because it's got the calcaneus, right? You can't see the tibia here, which means this is the lateral aspect, which means here is going to be the fibularis longus, fibularis brevis. Okay, and then hardware / a little bit more in the front, extensor digitorum. Not that bad. All right, now we only have a couple, what else? Very quickly, where's the gastrocnemius? Now, technically, we could do the soleus, so where would that be? Be careful. Make it close to the gastrocnemius. That's it. We could do it there. I guess could we do it there? Yeah, we could, because it's the soleus. And here you can see the Achilles tendon. Where's the Achilles tendon here? Let's do it. Awesome. So you guys did it. So gastrocnemius, soleus, and then don't go too far up because the Achilles tendon, we're kind of going to go in this area here. All right, awesome. Good job, guys. And that's it. Guess what? That's the muscle. Those are the muscles. We went over everything. Bravo. Awesome. So as you can see, not that bad. Remember, you can. We're going to go over all. We're not done. We're just done with one. So we're going to go over exercise 17 in just a little bit. We're going to come back. I keep coming back to the muscle fiber, but don't worry, we'll come back to it. We're going to do exercise 17 in a second, but we'll take a break. I have to use the bathroom. So yeah, so guys.